I have been staring at the roster updates all morning, and honestly, the uncertainty surrounding this Seahawks backfield has me feeling some serious anxiety. Something just emerged regarding a high-profile veteran that could really shake up how we view the depth chart heading into the regular season. It is fascinating because the debate over whether we need more experience or should keep trusting our young core is heating up fast. The more details surface, the harder it is to ignore what might be unfolding behind the scenes. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and comment your name and city. We are a brand new channel pushing toward our first 500 subscribers, and every person who joins this community helps us keep going. Let's dive right in. CBS Sports recently named the Seattle Seahawks as the premier free agent destination for former Pro Bowl running back Najee Harris, sparking a massive conversation about our backfield composition. After losing Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III to free agency, our front office made a bold statement by selecting Jadarian Price 32nd overall in the 2026 NFL Draft. Price has already impressed us with his explosive speed during minicamp, while George Holani has been splitting key reps, showing that coach Mike Macdonald is building a new identity in the trenches. The truth is, we expected a veteran stopgap, but instead, the team signed Emmanuel Wilson from the Packers to provide power while Zach Charbonnet continues his recovery from a torn ACL. Harris remains a massive question mark because despite his pedigree and 1,000-yard seasons in Pittsburgh, he struggled significantly with the Chargers before suffering a season-ending Achilles injury. While experts argue he could be a final piece, we are understandably skeptical about adding a player whose health remains such a glaring mystery this late in the offseason. Fans feel a mix of nostalgia for his past dominance and genuine concern that his best days are behind him, especially since our coaching staff seems committed to the youth movement. What makes this even bigger is the fact that Wilson fills the specific role we need without the baggage of an injury recovery that has clearly spooked other NFL teams. The bottom line here is that while the idea of a veteran star is enticing, we have already invested heavily in fresh legs like Price and Holani to carry the load this year. We trust the process, we have our guys, and as Seattle Seahawks fans, we know it is time to look forward to the future of this backfield. Go Hawks! The truth is that our backfield situation transformed overnight when Kenneth Walker III departed in free agency, forcing our front office to pivot toward the 2026 draft. Selecting Jadarian Price at pick 32 was a definitive statement by Mike Macdonald that we are prioritizing explosive, high-upside youth over expensive veteran stopgaps. While CBS Sports links us to Najee Harris, he represents a major gamble given his horrific 2025 campaign where he averaged a dismal 4.0 yards per carry before his Achilles injury sidelined him entirely. Historically, we have seen this script play out with aging veterans like Marshawn Lynch returning or other high-profile signings that failed to ignite, proving that a fresh, hungry rotation usually serves this roster better. Behind closed doors, the staff is likely terrified of Harris carrying a high cap hit for a player whose medical scans remain a mystery to league insiders. They are trusting the specific profile of Emmanuel Wilson, a physical 226-pound bruiser who offers durability at a bargain rate, while Zach Charbonnet continues his grueling recovery from a torn ACL. We watch teams make the mistake of chasing big names only to see them languish on the inactive list, and John Schneider is far too calculated to fall into that trap now. The front office views our current depth as a strategic advantage rather than a hole to be filled by a reclamation project. They know that banking on Price's speed and Holani's workload capacity is the most sustainable path to winning the division this year. Adding another body simply creates unnecessary friction in the locker room while jeopardizing the development of our young backfield core. The bottom line is that while the media loves a marquee headline, our leadership is clearly committed to the long game over the hype of a former Pro Bowler. Go Hawks! The landscape of our backfield is reaching a boiling point because the front office is betting big on youth over proven veteran production. This matters right now because we are operating in a championship window under Mike Macdonald, and relying on a rookie in Jadarian Price to carry the load is a massive gamble that defines our season trajectory. If Price fails to transition his college explosiveness to the NFL level immediately, our depth chart lacks the security of a reliable backup since Zach Charbonnet remains sidelined with that torn ACL. Bringing in Emmanuel Wilson adds a rugged element, but he does not provide the same versatility or elite ceiling that a former Pro Bowler like Najee Harris once offered. This roster move effectively closes the door on adding high-end veteran insurance, meaning we are fully committed to the draft picks and current guys on the field. Looking at our upcoming schedule, this strategy puts immense pressure on our early games against division rivals who will be looking to test the durability of our unproven runners. If our ground attack stalls against teams like the Rams, we could find ourselves chasing games rather than dictating the tempo, which is exactly how our playoff chances could slip away before mid-season. While the coaching staff clearly trusts the speed of Price and the power of Wilson, the margin for error is razor thin. We are banking on George Holani stepping up to split reps. But the truth is, our division standing rests on whether this young group can handle the physical toll of a full NFL campaign without a veteran anchor to steady the ship. Ultimately, this represents a total shift in offensive identity that we have to hope pays off because there is no safety net left in free agency. Go Hawks! The strongest argument for bringing in Najee Harris is the sheer pedigree he brings to a backfield that just lost a franchise legend in Kenneth Walker. Adding a former Pro Bowler provides an insurance policy that could mentor our younger talents while offering a veteran presence in the red zone when games get tight. On the flip side, the glaring risk is his Achilles recovery, which clearly has the rest of the league spooked, given he remains unsigned this late in the calendar. His lackluster showing in Los Angeles before the injury raises questions about whether he still has that elite burst or if he is simply chasing past glory. Across the league, analysts are split, with some media outlets calling this a potential low-risk steal for a playoff contender, while other front offices are steering clear to prioritize younger, healthier depth pieces. It seems the prevailing sentiment around the NFL is that Harris is damaged goods, which explains why we opted for the physical, younger Emmanuel Wilson instead of gambling on a former star with a shaky medical history. And I will be straight with you, I actually prefer our current trajectory. While the veteran appeal is strong, I really think our front office made the right call prioritizing the speed of Jadarian Price and the specific utility of Wilson. The way I see it, gambling on an injured veteran when we have a hungry, explosive rookie ready to make a name for himself is a mistake we should avoid at all costs. We have built a system that relies on youthful energy and specific skill sets, and clogging that up with a declining veteran just does not fit the vision Mike Macdonald has for this squad. Let us stick with the guys who are healthy, fast, and ready to prove themselves. Go Hawks! The bottom line here is that the Seattle Seahawks are prioritizing long-term youth and athletic ceiling over the veteran patch-fix approach, which signals a clear shift in franchise philosophy under coach Mike Macdonald. By drafting Jadarian Price and trusting George Holani, the front office is betting on internal development rather than chasing past prime names like Najee Harris. This strategy suggests that we are building for a multi-year window where speed and cost-controlled talent define our identity, rather than relying on expensive, injury-prone veterans who might not fit our current offensive scheme. As Seattle Seahawks fans, we should feel optimistic and excited about this direction because it proves that our leadership is confident in their scouting and coaching ability to elevate young players. Having a hungry, explosive backfield brings a new level of unpredictability to our offense that makes us much tougher to game plan against compared to previous seasons. While the loss of a veteran presence might feel risky to some, the physical potential of this current group suggests that we are far more dynamic than we were just a year ago. It is refreshing to see this team lean into a fresh identity rather than dwelling on the names of the past, especially as we prepare for a rigorous schedule. Now, I want to hear from you because this is a major turning point for our run game. Do you agree with the front office decision to pass on a veteran like Najee Harris to roll the dice on Jadarian Price and the young guys, or are you worried about the lack of experience in the backfield? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Go Hawks! I'll see you in the next one.